Hi YouTube, it's Maria Guild and I'm really excited to share this with you today. This video is going to be a little bit different than most of the videos I have made, but I've just recently been feeling very compelled to share this and to share this dream I had and this story, and I hope that it will be a comfort to you the way it was a comfort to me, and I hope that you will be able to see the complete awe-inspiring, all-encompassing love of Jesus and God the way that I experienced it. So a tiny bit of my background story. I grew up Christian. I grew up in a very religious way. My parents actually were missionaries, and that's a whole story, but let's just say that I had a lot of Christian influence. I had a lot of the Bible. I had a lot of God. I did not lack for that in any way, shape, or form. But what's interesting is I believe the devil is no respecter of persons, and you can say you're a Christian and you can believe in God, but he can still attack you. And that was my experience. I knew God, I knew Jesus, but I had a lot of issues in my life. I struggled a lot with my self-esteem, and I struggled a lot with anger. I had experiences in my past that I had not really worked on or been able to get through. And if you don't heal from certain things in your life, you often, things just kind of get worse. So even though I knew God, and even though I had religion with me my whole life, the enemy really was able to kind of run the show sometimes. And one aspect of my life and growing up was the fact that it was very religious. And I believe religion is not the same as relationship. And I feel like I went from religion into relationship, and that's kind of my testimony and the story I wanted to share. And this dream in particular I'm going to share with you was the complete catalyst. Like, they say that God, when he touches you, it's instantaneous, and you can overcome the most insurmountable difficulties with one touch of God. Now, I wanted that my whole life, and it didn't always work that way. So I did struggle in my faith, and I struggled in my belief, and I struggled with religion a lot. I was very, I had a lot of anxiety, and I would always feel like, well, I'm not doing this right, and I need to have all these rituals, and I can't come to God in this certain way. Like, I have to do things a certain way to earn the love of God. Now, so my dream is, I'm going to share it with you because the dream just dispelled those lies. It really showed me and made very clear to me that we do not have to work to earn God's love. We don't have to be perfect to earn God's love. His love is all-encompassing, and he loves us so entirely. And I am so grateful that God gave me this dream and gave me this experience. And my prayer is that if you are searching and if you are looking for the love of God, my prayer is that you will have the same experience. And I'm going to get right into the dream. So in my dream, it was about my daughter. So in my dream, my daughter had been abducted, and by really dangerous men, and we were on a search and rescue mission for her. We were going up a mountain in my dream. That's the first part I saw, and it was very rugged, and we literally were on donkeys or something like that. I know we had a Jeep with us, but we had taken the Jeep so far, and we had to stop it at a mountain, and we climbed up, we scaled this mountain, very steep, to find and rescue my daughter. So we did finally, I know we got her, we rescued her, we got her back from these men, these dangerous men, and we were bringing her back into safety. So the next part of my dream, I remember we had gotten her back, and we were back at our Jeep, And I was so excited. I was so grateful that we had her back, but I was also very kind of nervous because I knew that they were angry and they were coming after us because we had just taken her out of their grasp and their clutches. So I was turning on the Jeep and she was supposed to get in on the side of the car. And so I got in the side and she was supposed to get in. So I open the door and I'm in and I don't see my daughter. She's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, what the hell? She was supposed to get in. So I run around to the side and she's gone. I don't see her at all. And I'm like freaking out, like feeling all the emotions of like a mother. And I'm like, holy crap, like we just got her back. What's going on? And then I look up and I see her in the distance and she is running, but she is running away from me. She is physically running away from me. And I like climb up on the Jeep and I'm screaming her name and I'm like, calling her and so bewildered and like, what is she doing? And then I see, and I remember having this very strong feeling. She's heading into a crowd. And I remember this very strong feeling of like, I need to keep my eye on her. Like I'm watching her. So I have my eye on her and I won't take my eye off of her and I start chasing her. And I'm chasing her down and she keeps running away from me. Like she sees me, but she's running away from me. Anyways, then she goes around like some buildings and around stuff like that and I'm catching up to her, like I'm almost there. And then she slips into this building and it's like a bathroom or a restroom. And I'm like, I know where she is. And I kick down the door to that bathroom and I just kick it down and I open the door and she's like there and she's caught and she's cornered and she falls onto the ground and she's covering her face like this and she's like, don't look at me, don't look at me. And I'm thinking like, what on earth, And so I kick this door open and she's on the ground and she's crying and she's saying, don't look at me. And then I realized that she has these like little tiny like bites on her face, like little mosquito bites or something like that. And I am just like, are you for real? Like, are you crazy? Like you are running away from me. You are risking your life. You're putting yourself into extreme danger, all because of these little imperfections that you see on yourself. And I'm thinking like I'm just so shocked and confused and like angry almost. Like, how on earth could you think I would care about these tiny little imperfections? All I want is you with me and you safe and me to know that I have you with me and I love you and care about you and I'm trying to get you back to safety. Anyways, so I'm standing there looking at her and she's saying, don't look at me. And I'm feeling all these feelings and emotions. And then all of a sudden I feel this presence next to me. And I believe it was Jesus. And he pulls like kind of the veil over my eyes or something. And I look at the child on the ground and I realize that it's not my daughter, that it's me. It's me on the ground. And Jesus basically showed me, he was like, this is how I feel about you. This is you. And I believe many times as Christians, we feel the same way. We feel that we have to earn God's love. We feel that all of our imperfections make us unlovable to God. And I know that is what I struggled with my entire life. Like I always felt unlovable. And so to see so clearly that God saw all my faults and all my failings and all the things that I found so unlovable, he felt like so much love. And I know because I was feeling the feelings that I would feel towards my child. And that he had those same feelings, so much love, overwhelming love. All he wanted was me to be happy and safe and well cared for. And I would risk danger. I would risk my life. I would risk running away from God because of my perceived imperfections. And that was like the crux of the matter. And that was the dream. And it was so powerful to me that I just instantly was so aware and cognitive of the incredible and absolute love of God There's a song by Corey Asberg, I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right, called Reckless Love. And in that song, he says, there's no mountain you won't climb up coming after me. And in my dream, we were climbing up a mountain. And then it says, there's no wall you won't break down, like there's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down coming after me. And in my dream, I was physically like kicking down a wall. And whenever I hear that song, I get the chills, because like literally that is what God was showing me. And he tore down all those walls through that dream, all those lies, all the lies that said I wasn't good enough and I wasn't lovable. And it was, and just freed me. Like he completely freed me through that dream by showing me his heart and his complete love for me and for all his children. And I believe the reason I'm sharing this dream is I believe that it's not just mine to keep. I believe that it is a dream that God wants other people to know, and I believe he wants you to know exactly how I felt, how much he loves you, and how insignificant your faults, your failings, and your imperfections are. And anything that you feel keeps you from God, that it's a lie. It's a lie of the enemy. And he has his eye on you, and he will chase you down. He will chase you down, and he will kick down those walls, and he will destroy those lies coming after you, so that you will know him, and you will know his heart, and you will know his love. And that is my prayer for you. I pray that you can experience the complete fullness of God's love, and that it will fill your heart, and it will take away all your pain and your anxiety and anything that makes you feel unworthy. Because we are worthy, we are unworthy, but Jesus loves us in spite of it all. He loves us in spite of everything. And all our faults or failings are just like insignificant, like mosquito bites. And would you risk putting your life in danger over something small like that? So small. Anyways, I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to share that dream, and I hope and pray that it brings comfort to you, especially anybody who has a child or is a father or mother. If you can think about that in that light, how you would feel towards your own child. And I also say this to people who aren't parents. Think of somebody you love dearly. Think of a very dearly beloved person, and how you would feel towards them, and how insignificant their faults and their little failings and their shame is for the love you have for them, and how you want them to be safe and happy. So remember that feeling, and remember that is exactly how God feels for you. Have a great day.